looks like
You go ahead, Pudding.
BPM is gonna be setting up their sentry over back here by this little hill area. He might leave it there just to catch any jumpers that might come through and then move it, or he might just leave it there for the entirety of their defense on first. We will see.
Yeah, and I did notice a little bit of a big play here from Sheep, the soldier for Ginyu Force, rocking that beggar's bazooka. And that weapon, this is the map where people have really found out a good use for that weapon, so I'm going to stick on Sheep Camp at the start here. That weapon lets you rocket jump in and get 3 free rockets on the enemy medic. If you get in deep enough, it's pretty much a guaranteed kill, or the medic's going to have to force really early, so we'll watch Sheep out of the gates here. I imagine he and Duwatna will be going for a big force play, but this match is live. Ginyu Force versus Lotus Clan, aka Baby Punching Marathon right now. We see the Spy here gets annihilated by the beggar's bazooka, the headshot from Max. But that Spy is actually just dead wrong. Here goes Sheep for the big bomb onto the medic sentry. Can't get it. Nothing gonna happen here.
Wisely sitting up behind that fence and that awning.
Yeah, we'll see that Foster's in on this Spy, trying to take him down here, but the dead ring is just gonna pop. Foster will camp him in the meantime, trying to see where Duwatna's coming in from right now, because he is a key player right now. They're moving the heavy and the medic up the left side. Abe, Copper side Lingan. Oh, they're going to get the force off Duwatna spam. He's going to have to go for that gun now, manages to take it down. Here comes the retreat out of the enemy team. We'll have to see if Kapow makes it out safely. He is with his medic in the little hallway here, but Duwatna's not done. He's still pressuring. Wants to actually get in deep here by himself. Has no heals. Getting rushed by the Scout. Scout is on him. Eats a ton of damage, and that full health pack is going to be right there. Huey Lewis and Sheep get the cleanup kills. Duwatna not quite done. Still pushing it in. Oh, gets the backstab off, though.
A great backstab by Pulse. That'll slow this push probably just enough to maybe set up a defense. Oh, until Kozin gets domed by Max. That'll lead to a straight push into the second point here. And gun's level 2 though, up at the top of these stairs. But it should be taken out pretty quickly as the heavy and demo of BPM are just kind of sitting up here without any heals.
And we see that Dill and Duwatna are moving aggressively on this cart with their heals. Duwatna's getting good spamming on that soldier. Boink is going to go down. Scout, bronze for BPM, going to try and peek. Actually, Cygnus goes down. I know that the Ginyu Force have stressed in their discussions. Oh, Mouse with a big headshot onto the enemy Demoman. But Ginyu have really stressed, get the Pyro down and push in their matches. We'll see what happens here. They are pushing this cart very effectively. Frank West is in behind right now. Very good position. I think he's going to go for the medic. He's going to get the... Oh, no! The fail stab! Oh, Frank West is fuming right now after that play.
It doesn't even matter, you know, Ginyu Force has a 100% Uber advantage here, and they're going to take Huey Lewis up here, up at the ramp, and BPM is going to wisely kind of back out here.
Yeah, BPM does manage to maintain a pretty decent Uber percent right now. So should be able to hold here.
They didn't really get anything done with that Uber, and it's gonna hurt for them as BPM is going to keep a lot of spam on this cart.
Yeah, here comes Kapow in on the cart. Will take down Foster. Frank West as well. Gets killed, though. Did Kozin drop the Uber there? I didn't see it get popped.
If he didn't drop, it was real close to getting dropped. It's sort of poor positioning. I don't think he saw that the stickies were coming straight around that corner.
And Duwatna and Frank West move in very aggressively here to deny the sentry positioning from the engineer. Cygnus is up at last. Cygnus having to fight for his life against everyone on the enemy team. Dill is set up perfectly. Duwatna as well. Dill posts up onto the soldier, gets a ton of damage on him. Soldier gets in deep, takes down Overseer. Nice play out of Boink there. Duwatna getting that good spam onto the enemy medic as well, though. Kozin is going to go down the backstab by Pulse, one of the best spies in Platinum, making the plays.
Ooh, and Kapow goes down at the end of that little fight there.
So no demo on defense here for BPM should be very bad for them. It's difficult to hold this. We see that Pulse is in behind right now, going to dead ring, try and come back into this fight, but Sheep is there. Look for Sheep probably to try and make a nice little play here, trying to find his entryway in. Is going to fend off this Spy once more. Will take him down for real this time. Pulse is dead. Ginyu have a slim Uber advantage, and they have a very good time so far. 3 minutes for 3 points is astonishingly good.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of players on Ginyu Force, especially Sheep, gonna be sniffing out Pulse all game long here, given how much work he tends to put in for BPM.
You see Max trying to move in a position here. Got to look for the snipers and the spies to make the transition plays right now. Gotta know where they're going, what they're doing. We see Frank West actually dies to Cygnus, trying to go in and make that play. Max is peeking in aggressively. He knows where the sniper is, gets the headshot onto him. And look at this, Pulse is in behind. Pulse is eyeing this up, has the regular Invis Watch on right now. Is trying to move here, just going up through that top area of the house. Duwatna is moving aggressively, though, sees that demoman, wants to get spam on him. Pulse is almost in position. Mouse is going to die, but Pulse is ready, but Max is going nuts right now on the low ground. The third kill, the second headshot. Going for that gun now, but Pulse, got spotted out. Unfortunately, no play going to come of this. Max still trying to peek and find something. That Uber's up. The sap is going to go, and the push comes from Duwatna.
Push straight in.
Yeah, we see Death's already going off. Frank and Abe Lincoln are down, but 3 down for BPM. Mouse is going to have to make a nice pick here if he wants anything to come of this. Duwatna getting good spam on the heavy. We see that one player is down. The medic, Kozen, not alive. Duwatna in position, the spot.
Focus him. They want to push this card in.
Big play from Pulse there to take down the heavy. Is going for the medic as well. Has a revolver out on her. Overseer kills her before the sentry gun takes him down. And BPM with an astonishingly good hold here. They managed to survive. They did lose their medic early, but they will have a slight Uber advantage here for their defensive posturing. Will help them quite a bit.
But still, it was kind of a mistake on their push and sort of focusing that heavy and demo a little too much when they should have been going after that that demo who was just getting so much damage, and then as soon as the soldier spawned, he bombed in and just took out too many players.
Yeah, Max trying to get in position here to snipe once again. Mouse doesn't quite realize where he is. Headshot's going to miss onto that soldier. Max has to back it off, knows the spam is coming. We see that Frank West not quite in position to make a play yet. Burt Macklin, aka Paul's going to go in, and is that the demo down? Wow, yeah, Kapow is dead. That's huge for Ginyu Force. They're already trying to take this high ground, and Kozen has not done a great job of building, so this Uber is even now, actually. Oh my god.
Takes him out.
Big plays from Duwatna here, doing a ton of damage. Gonna have to go for that gun right now. Gonna look and see if anyone's up.
I'm not sure what that weapon is, but he moves his sentry from the high ground to the low ground.
It's called the Rescue Ranger. It's pretty fantastic.
Rescue Ranger.
We see Duwatna is actually going to go down here, but that Uber was held by Ginyu Force. They're going to move Dill in aggressively to the spawn. Dill is taking down this sniper. He's camping the spawn. Pulse is behind, sees that sentry there, is going to go for the sap, and then has to run back in.
Staying alive, though.
And Pulse is going to try and hunt out whatever he can that's left in this fight. Dill gets cleaned up. We see that Duwatna has actually returned to the fight, but the spy is going to go. Pulse onto the medic, gets some good damage. Overseer down to the revolver, kill from Pulse. And now Duwatna is just trapped on this high ground. Great dead ringer body blocking there from Pulse, but nobody could quite clean it up. Cygnus trying to move in and take down the scout, gets the flare onto Foster. Also goes for this dispenser after Foster is forced out of the action. Lots going on here. We see Kozen is stayed alive, has 60% Uber. And really, right now, I mean, Ginyu have pushed off of advantages they should have pushed off of. They've taken on the demo. Kapow has been dead several times. They just never really got the cart pushed enough. That was a problem they saw in their scrims. They were not pushing the cart as they actually went into last.
They had it so far up, and now it's just rolling back. I'm not sure if Frank West is going to bother trying to keep that cart alive, but really, there's no excuse to, as soon as Overseer hits 100% Uber, she should really just be gearing up for a push immediately. Yeah. Any time you spend not pushing, you're adding seconds to your time.
Max hit a nice headshot on a Mouse there, but then the counter kills come. Foster and Max taking up. Frank West goes for the medic! Oh, the fail sab, and then the butter knife took him down to 70. But it wasn't enough. Sheep's trying to get aggressive on his medic here. Boink's going to counter jump and get the nice kill with 3 direct rockets there. That was so close for Franklin West, but it just wasn't enough. And we see the Ubers are being exchanged here on last. A slightly better one coming out of BPM. The sentry's going to go down from Duwatna, but what fight will happen after this? We see Pulse is in position, trying to go for the heavy medic kill here. Oh, the heavy spots him out, and Dill will stay alive. Nice play there, but they do lose Duwatna, do Ginyu Force, so there is no demoman for this push. Meanwhile, Kapow is alive and well. We are looking for someone who's going to be making a play here. Max peeking in, takes down the gun, has a free shot onto the sniper, but Cygnus coming out to deny him. Max gets blasted away, but this was great bait. Dill just couldn't save the sniper. The stickies came out. Not a whole lot happening right now.
West, yeah, getting caught out. Yeah, it's really hard to get an opening on this last. They really need to be testing some of these doors, applying pressure where they can.
And I think that we're going to see the Ginyu push come soon. Boink went in for the play, but they are 3 down. They have 2 spawns coming late, but Duwatna really wants to push with his Uber. They are even once again, so we're going to see an Uber versus Uber push. Honestly, I want to see what Kapow is able to do on this defense. I want to see if he can survive.
he's been doing a great job. I've noticed that Pulse has taken out that teleporter that Ginyu Force has, and it's been down for quite a while. This, that's sort of a mistake. You really need to keep that teleporter up. You're trying repeated pushes like this.
We see Ginyu trying to take this high ground right now. Mouse is going to die, so no sniper, but the damage is going to come because Kapow and Boink combining the big bomb play combined with that spam. Took down Duwatna. No demo man here for Ginyu Force. They can't really afford to push. In fact, they just back out completely from that high ground. Oh, dear. Very bad for them that they've lost Duwatna so many times in such crucial situations. We see Pulse going in behind now. Pops the dead ringer. What can his secondary play be? Frank West is also in last. I think he might have been bumped there. I think they know he's coming. This is really spy time right now for both teams.
Yeah, Foster and Sheep are already back in the back mansion over there looking for him.
And Frank is just biding his time on last, trying to get the stab out. The dead ringer going to be popped again. Here goes Frank West! Oh, the medic popped! Oh, the Uber came in from Ginyu Force. No pop's going to come. Duwatna does manage to take down... Oh, Kapow just got backstabbed by Frank West, but Duwatna's going to re-push into this fight right now. No demo for the enemy team. Heals are up still for both sides, though. We'll have to see what can happen here. Boink's going to come into the fight. Aggressive on this Pyro, but oh, the Heavy is down. Sharpshot McKee is dead. There is no NG. Overseer staying alive, dishing out these heals. There are 3 players alive for BPM. It's just Cygnus, and he gets taken out as well. It's just Kozin right now, and he is up top with 72%. Uber has to go for 2 Uber cells here. Is not going to get there in time. That is a capture, and what started off as such a brilliant time for Ginyu Force turns into a 10-18, which, as I've seen, is a little bit below average. I've seen in the 7 to 9 range be good times, usually, the normal time, I mean. So this is a bit disappointing for Ginyu, I'd have to say.
They like you said, they pursed so well for the first, they got capped 3 in about 3 minutes, and then kind of just hit that wall that last turns into a lot of the time. They almost had it that first push, I believe, as soon as they went in, but it just didn't pan out.
And yeah, I did just see Cygnus's girlfriend is in the chat, so shout out to her. Don't know if she wants her name said on stream, so I will avoid saying that, but we have 2 Pyro mains and their gamer girlfriends in the chat right now, supporting as we play this match. We are going to the offensive round for BPM here. We'll see if they're going to do anything particularly special, any unusual loadouts. Boink's going to stick with the standard. We'll see what watch Pulse is running here real quick, just cycle through. In Viz Watch, he's just going to go for the normal run-in, get some ammo, and get behind. I'll have to see what Boink and Kapow can do here. They're going to need to sync up their jumps if they want this horse. Max is down instantly, so there is no sniper. Boink is going in deep, eats a little bit of damage from that sentry gun. They're going to have to get that down before they can even suicide. We see Foster going in, trying to make a little bit of something happen here. Sheep gets body shot meanwhile. So, I mean, Ginyu have held so far. No real aggression has come out. But here comes Kapow. He's going aggressively over the hill. Spamming on that sentry gun. Hasn't gotten it down yet. Didn't even get the force until very late. Gun is not dead. Sharpshot is taken out by Frank West behind. There comes the stab onto Dill, though. Pulse is in. Huey is forced to chase him down. Kapow's going to go for the repush. And Ginyu have overextended massively. They have lost to Duwatna right now. Sheep is taking a ton of damage as well. Overseer did make it out. They are even on Uber. At least they have done that. But this sentry's still not down.
Up, so they might be able to hold this this little hill there, but there it goes down, and they're gonna have to give up that high ground.
Yeah, Max gets a headshot on the Quartz. Double headshot by Max onto Quartz and Mouse. Looking for that heavy, hit the headshot on him, forces Sharpshot McGee back onto main for the demo, hits the body shot, takes him down to 3 HP. Soldier's gonna bomb Max right here, whips out that pan. Boink is gonna die to the heavy, but here comes Frank West. Oh, gets spotted out so soon, nothing gonna happen out of that.
Interestingly enough, BPM is not pushing the cart right now. Big mistake. Bronze kind of just was chasing frags over there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Cygnus hops on it.
You really need to push the cart on every movement you make on this map. Any aggression you push forward with, you're going to have to cap that cart. We see Kapow is lining up for this push right now. You have to think maybe if the cart were a little bit more forward, they would be pushing, but it looks like Kapow doesn't even care. He is moving in aggressively, but oh, the drop from Kozin, the sticky trap, is going to take him down, and that will halt all aggression and suddenly put BPM on the back foot. And then Huey Lewis gets taken on by Pulse, who was in behind, going for Duwatna as well, puts a ton of damage out onto him, but no kill going to come yet.
Really low there. Would have been huge for BPM.
Yeah, Max taken out by the sniper. Mouse here. Mouse is going to have free reign, but that gun is still up. Should deny any real sniper aggression. Overseer is hidden behind that wall, as you can see, but she peeks out for just a second. No headshot, unfortunately, for Mouse and BPM. We see Kapow dies at probably the worst time. They were going to need his aggressive spam to come in here, but it's just not present now. Boink is getting up aggressive onto this little balcony area. Going to try and spam across, but Duwatna spots him out very easily. Is going to get that spam off onto him now. The stickies will deny him, but Pulse is in behind, looking to see what he and Mouse can do.
Advantage of Huey respawning there. But Abe has his dispenser here,
the perfect
blocking
block.
the stairway, so he has no chance but to try and get Huey or Duwatna here on the low ground.
Gets Huey!
He picks up.
Nice stab.
I bet Huey's frustrated right now.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Stabbed twice in a row.
He's been stabbed several times in that. Yeah, I think it's been maybe 3 or 4 total. We see the Uber's actually going to be popped out. Yeah, Kapow's up top, gets the force out, but they haven't gotten the gun. Once again, they're focusing the Uber over the gun. Kapow's going to be taken out here. Dill and Duwatna are moving aggressively. Dill drops down, takes down Bronze, gets great damage onto that NG as well. Trying to find where Duwatna is right now. Trying to see what spam he can pull off, but he is not even in a position to fight. We see the heavy going down.
The gun got so low, I bet Kapow's probably cursing the Wrangler. Of course, being from 6 is not 100% used to how much damage it takes to kill one.
Yeah, I mean, that's twice now they haven't gotten the gun down. We see the spy is in right now. Frank West, he was spotted out, so he will be taken down instantly. And Huey gets his vengeance. Finally, will take down Pulse. We gotta look for something aggressive out of BPM. They know that Overseer's gonna have her Uber. It's gonna be a little slower. I'm not sure if they're entirely aware of that because of the way the exchange went. But they have a small window to push off of here, about 10%. It's not much time at all. It's virtually nothing. We see Pulse going to die, trying to make the play once again. We got to watch for this Uber now. Kapow's going to go. Let's see. He's deading the stickies individually, which is not what you want to do against a Wrangled Sentry. He will get it down. They didn't even get the force out, though. They are at least pushing the cart. They have great aggression on the low ground. It's going to be Dill and Duwatna coming down here. Duwatna gets the Uber popped on him. Is hitting tons of damage. Took down Bronze. Got some damage on that Engineer as well. And I think that Ginyu Force have to give up their hold here. Boink is above right now. Will he go in for the play? He's looking down, drop down. He wants to go. Boink is out onto the medic, but the Sentry is there to take him down and deny him that bomb.
Very narrow engagement there. I'm not really sure who got the best of it, but BPM does get the cap, and ooh, Cygnus surviving for quite longer than I thought he would. Ooh, and Duwatna gets domed by Mouse. That'll cue a huge backup from Ginyu Force.
And Mouse is peeking aggressively right now as well onto all of this cluster.
There's no demo down, and they're pushing straight in.
It looks like Mouse is actually going to peek very far. He's going up top here. They've given the sniper so much ground. He sees Overseer but can't get the shot. Where is Pulse? Pulse is going to dead ring right now. Not going to be in. Mouse going to get the headshot on the heavy, so there's no heavy right now. And Kapow. Not quite at that Uber yet, still at 50%, so Overseer's not going to get him, but Kapow with the damage is coming up top. Pyro's going to go down, but he is dead as well. It's just sharp shot up here, and he gets instantly headshot by Max. Max having a pretty good game so far. Yeah, he's made the headshot with an account. He just headshot Pulse and made him crater. I think that was just a dead ring though, but it was nice looking. We'll see that Frank is actually chasing down the enemy spy right now. They've spotted him out, and Sheep will finish him off. Skarlett, Sheep, whatever of the 75,000 aliases he has. He's trying to cycle through right now. Boink is trying to make his way into last. There's a solid 5 minutes for BPM to push this. This is plenty of time. They have their Uber. They have a good 5 or 6 pushes in them before this really becomes problematic. And Kapow's going to go right now onto the low ground. That Sentry is only level 2, is wrangled, is going to die here, but so slowly. Abe Lincoln taken down. What is the follow-up? We see the Overseer is going to pop her counter, so Duwatna is going to walk in and get free spam. The kills have not really gone in Ginyu's favor, though. They are down 4 players to the 3. Boink's going to die here to Sheep. Duwatna getting blasted away. Cygnus trying to get aggressive is going to be taken out by that arrow of Overseers. Kozan has to run away on low life, and that was a nice start to a push by BPM after they got the gun down, but it just failed. Did you see what happened?
Yeah, you know, they went in, got a lot of kills, and then they were sort of disjointed for the immediate repush, and they couldn't really get in. You know, Kapow got stuck in way behind, so he got taken out.
Yeah. And
BPM's heavy sharp shot kind of came in for a nice little flank play at the end, but you know, he wasn't with heals, so he got taken out pretty quickly.
Yeah, we see Pulse takes down the enemy engineer there, but he and Mouse are going to die. Sharpshot's moving up top with his demoman Kapow. They've gotten good damage onto at least Sheep so far. They spot out Frank West and are going to take him down. I think BPM want to rotate and take this push through main. Looks like that's what's going to happen. Kapow building that last 7%. They're actually going to try and rotate this. Ubers are even. They seem so unsure of where to go here.
Is in.
Really?
Oh, he gets chased away,
gets out, yeah. Kapow's going to move in through this new flank. We were talking about the pregame. The first time I've seen this used, Sentry down instantly. They haven't had the pop yet. Sheep's going to die, but Mouse dies in exchange. And finally, the pop comes out. They're going to get the Engineer and his Sentry. No, just the Sentry. Big damage coming out here from from Kapow actually, he's going to take down Dill, and then Sharpshot gets in position with that heal. Looks like Overseer died there without popping her Uber.
Dropped,
wow.
She might have been on 99%. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they had it because they were fairly even, so this is it. It's Frank, West, and Sheep versus the entire team. Frank is in behind. Sheep has to go to the resupply, trying to jump out to save this, but the stickies are up from Kapow, and that will be it. This will be a round going to BPM. Oof. Oh, man. You have to think.
That's gotta hurt.
If that was the push that BPM came up with, and if Ginyu had a slightly better push into the 4th point there, they really have to be kicking themselves after how badly their last pushes went.
Because it was really unfortunate. I do believe Overseer dropped Uber there, and it's really gonna hurt. Yeah. I'm not sure what exactly happened to her, but
I'll scroll up and check out the logs here and see what happened exactly. See if I can find where Overseer's death was. Can't actually see it. I'm blind and stupid. It's okay.
Meanwhile, teams will be switching sides.
Yes. This is 1-0 right now. Payloads are played as a best of 3. So we will have at least 1, if not 2 more rounds for you all tonight. BPM looked pretty solid on defending last, and that's really what the scouting report for Barn Blitz is. You can hold last forever, and BPM did just that, and it won them a round because they did have a pretty solid attack, but it was really the elongated defense that kept it going. And yes, for those people asking, I am using a bind that lets me switch to the player perspectives. We'll look at the points right now. You can see actually the points look very, very even. This has been a very close match, and wow, Pulse's score 39 points. He's been doing some work. We have caught a few of his plays.
That's the huge disparity right now. Pulse is just racking up way more frags and important picks than Frank West is, as much as I love him.
We have seen Frank get very unlucky at least twice tonight. He had 2 stabs on the medic that got pretty much butter knifed.
Yeah, I saw one stab. He was flying Batman style up from the mansion in the back, and he just narrowly missed the medic.
Yeah, and Max has been having a very good game, out-sniping Mal so far, I would say. Abe Lincoln is...
Oh, Dill as well has really fallen behind. Sharp shot.
That's one thing I was really worried about for Ginyu coming into this match. Dill just hasn't played it with them at all. And I played this as heavy. I rang for Ginyu Force. It doesn't really feel like the kind of map where you come in and you instantly know how to play it. You kind of have to get the feel for it. You have to understand what positions you can stay in, where you're safe at. And I know that when I played it with Ginyu, we were a little bit in a bit of a struggle to figure out where to hold our combo. And I'm assuming that subbing Dylan at the last minute and not having it in scrim has hurt that a bit. Wouldn't you say, Puddin'? I would imagine that'd be...
Yeah, also that, and, you know, I felt like maybe after a couple of those failed last pushes, things might be getting heated over in the mumble. Dill's an excitable guy, so he might be getting easily frustrated.
Yeah, it's very possible. There are some heated personalities on Ginyu Force. And for those asking, this is a spectator plugin made by a guy named Blue. It shows you the outlines of the players. I'll just zoom out so you can see it nice and clean here. Lets you see them through the walls. It's a plugin for STVs only. Blue does intend to make it public, just not right now. He's still got to iron out a lot of kinks. There are some problems with it. And he wants to make sure it's 100% safe, that you can't accidentally get yourself VAC banned using it, because that would be a nice little big problem for everyone to have. Yeah, we're waiting for the halftime here. I would imagine that Ginyu are discussing a bit what they can do differently. They really need to rethink their approach to last. They need to think about a lot of things, honestly. They did fine on the first 3 points. That was kind of their thing in the scrims, is they would roll over those points. And then I remember Huey at one point remarked, that's all we have to do, guys. We have to not let them get to last point, and we'll be fine when they were defending. Unfortunately, that didn't quite happen tonight. It seems like the fact that they didn't really get much practice holding last might actually work against them as well, because in the scrims I played, I don't think we had to defend last 1 time out of maybe 4 or 5 rounds of Barn Blitz. So not actually practicing.
The unfortunate sort of thing about these two teams playing is normally they're best of buddy scrim partners.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I'm sure they're hurting for the quality scrims this week.
Yeah, definitely. But they did get some scrims in.
Left the game.
Yeah.
Restarting.
So we'll just wait for him to get back. That'll be the starter. I'm just gonna check.
No, I think a lot of this Rescue Ranger play is pretty interesting and kind of cool on this map. Really like it. I noticed Abe had his gun up on first point, sitting behind these rocks, just waiting for some unbeknownst person to walk by, and he just picks it up as soon as it starts to get taken damage.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot out of Abe. I saw that out of Abe, and I heard
and
that...
Quartz has been doing it too.
Yeah. I heard that MTS, after scrimming Ginyu Force, were like, wow, the Rescue Ranger stuff that Abe is doing is really good. We gotta get Light Off to do that. And apparently Light Off was doing that in the scrims tonight. I didn't... their match happened at 9:30 Eastern. I didn't get to see what happened in that, if Light Off did stick to that. I do see that Sheep has relaunched the game, is rejoining. So we should be about a minute and a half away from going live for the second round of this best of 3 on Payload Barn Blitz here. That's 3 rounds on Barn Blitz, not 3 different maps. Sheep is back in the server, so give it about a minute. We should be going live very soon after that. I do notice there's been a lot of... It seems like the creativity your engineer has on this map really affects how well you do on it. I saw a few engineers would put a teleporter entrance at the first point. Let me just zoom the map over. They would have a teleporter entrance set up here where their sentry nest is, and they would have the exit go back to the second point up in the attic area, so that they could just grab their gun when the Uber came in and teleport back to second and not lose their gun and not have to waste too much on defending that first point. Very clever stuff like that. It might not seem like a big deal, but honestly the sentries are so important to this map in particular. The choke points are just really hard to get through if a sentry's still up, and stuff like that can save a lot of time, help the teams get a lot better time.
Yeah, totally. And honestly, like, Quartz isn't a very well-known NG, I would say, but he's been engineering totally on par with Copperside Abe Lincoln, which I'm really impressed with.
Yeah, and that's...
They've both been great Rescue Ranger stuff, great placements, staying alive really well, keeping the gun alive, like really, really amazing stuff.
And that's a big deal because Abe Lincoln is considered the best engineer in the game. I know that a lot of people don't really think there's a whole lot of skill involved in engineering, but if you watch Abe play, you'll understand. He is so aggressive, he places his sentries well, he has good DM, he's just so smart, and Quartz is matching him, maybe even bettering him a little bit. Probably not that far, but Quartz has been doing pretty well for himself, and it really is an honor to be compared to Abe in a favorable
light. It really
light.
all comes down to, great engineer play is always, it really comes from going over these maps over and over and finding the creative spots, really studying, doing your homework.
Yeah, everyone's here. I know at least one of the teams is ready.
Going live pretty soon.
I should hope so, because it's been a pretty long delay and we've run out of things to talk about. We really run out of things that we've talked about. So
jeez, I didn't realize there was one of those dog bread things here in this shack.
Really?
On first, yeah. The one with the health pack next to it.
I will go check it out, except I think I'm going to last. Yep, I'm stupid. The match is live in real time, so the last thing you'll probably see in this warm-up is some dog bread. Which one is it? There are many doors here.
The very first shack has a health pack on it. Next to it.
Oh, yes, the dog bread. Wow, it actually is here. The beautiful, disgusting pug that is a loaf of bread. Well, match is live in real time. Should be about 30 seconds, I'd say, before we go live in here. So we'll see what happens. Ginyu need to reconsider their push into last.
Hopefully they've gotten the kinks out of their last pushes after failing so many times in the first round.
Yeah, I did notice that Duwatna was going down at some times when they really needed him up as well. Maybe they just weren't protecting him as well as they needed to be. Maybe Duwatna was getting a little bit aggressive, but either way there's some miscommunication there because your medic, demo, and heavy should pretty much always be together. Have the pyro there as well. We are live for the second half of this best of 3 on Barn Blitz. BPM will be attacking first, Ginyu on defense first. We'll see what Abe is going to do with his sentry gun. Except I hit the wrong hotkey, I went to Quartz. Abe is just going to put it up in the standard spot.
He's going to forego the sneaky stuff and...
Yeah, the standard positioning here out of Ginyu Force, it looks like. See some soldier, heavy, demo, everyone's on different classes in the setup right now for BPM/Lotus Clan. Duwatna put up some sticky traps here. I will show you in this little bush. It's an interesting spot. Might not catch too much, but little kills do matter on payload. If you take the scout down, it means you're delaying the cart being pushed for a bit. So anyone he can get with that would be very effective. We'll see what kind of play is going to come out from Boink. He is on a regular rocket launcher. Last time, BPM opted not to go for the suicides. We'll see if that's their strategy here as well.
Yeah, it looks like they really just focused on putting a lot of pressure up that right side into that main house where there isn't a gun.
Max, the instant headshot under Mouse. Here's the second round is going to go. Boink is jumping aggressively. Gets headshot too, though. Max starting it off hot here. The Force did attempt to come out from BPM. I said that so badly and incorrectly grammatically. But it's okay. They suicided a lot of people and nobody died or forced Uber for Ginyu Force. So it didn't go well. Max has a free angle on it. The sniper here is going to get backed off a little bit by Spam. He's trying to find whoever he can kill. Mouse is going to die. No sniper for the offensive push. NG is not going to get domed. Here comes the bomb once again by Boink. Gets some high ground here. He's going to move in. Frank West tries to go for the backstab onto the medic, but cannot get it. I think we're going to see a straight push come out now from BPM. This is what they did last time. Their first aggression failed, and they pop the Uber. Bit of miscommunication, though. Kapow gets launched forward, tries to get that force before he goes for the gun. Gun is not dead yet. The pipes are going to have to come out. Gun is dead. Trade of Ubers here. Max is going to go down, so Mouse now has some free angles to take on the sniper path here. Looking at that heavy. Misses the shot, though.
Yeah, I noticed this in the first round. You know, Huey really wasn't in a very good position to blow back that Uber at all. I would have liked to see him a little bit further forward.
Franklin West! Oh, the third time he can't kill the medic in perfect positioning. So unfortunate. Such a just an unlucky game for Frank tonight. He has had 3
really
med picks.
I bet he's fuming right now.
Yeah, Frank, for those who don't know, he has a hilarious stream, twitch.tv/FrankWestTF2. He gets really mad when he plays the game and things don't go his way. I'll shout out some other streams over in here. Huey Lewis, twitch.tv/HueyLewisTF2. We're going to just watch Max snipe because he's going to dome everybody. Cygnus is twitch.tv/Signasty. See ya, Burt Macklin. Pulse is dead. Max still scoped in. I think that's all of the streams I actually know. There are more. Head over to teamfortress.tv if you want to check them out. But Max is going to be scoped. And again, takes down the Pyro. He is on fire. That's 4 kills in a row. Going for the Soldier as well. Doesn't get that one, but he is ready to scope back in. Frank West is going to die trying to make the play once more. We'll try and find where Pulse is. Not quite in the fight yet. So we'll just go back to Max as he and Mouse are in a sniper duel. And Max is going to win. So many times tonight he has won. Max told me...
so dominant tonight.
Yeah, Max told me he wanted me to give him some frag video-worthy highlight clips tonight, and I hope I've done a good job. The Uber's going to come out here from BPM. They're not even into the medic yet. They didn't get the force out from Overseer. The pipes are going to go on to Dill, but it's not going to matter. Burt Macklin, a.k.a. Pulse, gets in and takes down Duwatna, though, and Cygnus gets to play on a Foster. That Uber's going to come out. It's Dill here moving forward. We'll take down Sharp Shot, but there are only 5 alive.
Lost a lot of players. Boink going down, that's a good pick, but you know, it sort of happened the last time BPM pushed 2, where Overseer kind of backed up and let a lot of players die before she came in back in with the Uber.
And Max actually gets headshot there by Mouse.
Going pretty huge.
And Frank West. Frank West actually
at this point.
Frank West has actually switched to Dead Ringer
really
here.
Don't want to.
Frank's on Dead Ringer, switching up the watch a bit. Trying to get a little bit more aggressive in his play. Overseer gets domed by Mouse. Why am I not watching the sniper? I'm stupid. But that means that full Uber advantage is going to be in effect for BPM right now, and they have a very good time on 2 points, 3 minutes so far. Mouse is trying to peek here. We'll see what they're going to do. They're going to drop down right now. They don't really know where anything is. They have spotted that gun out. They're going to get some spam on it. It's only level 1, but it's taking so long to die. They actually drop Kapow. Wow. I know they didn't want to get aggressive there, but Max is back up as well, and this could go very badly for BPM now.
Communication between Kapow and Kozen there.
And Max is trying to get that angle through the crack onto the medic. Can't quite hit it. Boink is up top trying to deny him as well. Boink wants to drop down and make something happen, but that Uber is not in position. Abe Lincoln's going to be dead here, so that sentry gun is going to go down very quickly.
Yeah,
body shot's going to go.
Uber straight in.
The bomb is going to come out from Kapow. One sticky on her. Overseer hits the second. She's dead. Oh, no medic. And here comes the cleanup. Huey Lewis is dead. Sharpshot is in deep. He is locking out this soldier up on the high ground here. Is that a pyro? I can't even tell. Dill's going to go for the flank.
Where did Dill come from to get that pick onto Kozen?
Dill does this all the time.
Might have saved them. Is this a pause?
This is a pause indeed.
Okay.
Dill is really known for flank heavy.
Just saved them the last there.
Definitely did. Yeah, the flank heavy from Dill. It's happened a lot this season. It's kind of his notorious play. It's really weird that it always works. I've never seen it fail.
Teleporter.
And
this has just gone up into house and dropped down.
And the STB is bugged, so all you can hear right now, if you're watching on the stream, is Sharpshoot firing his minigun, and it is insanely loud, so I'll apologize for that. We'll wait for this pause to resolve itself. But what have you been noticing so far? What have you seen in Ginyu's defense that has not gone well for them?
I've been seeing a lot of picks, important picks, going in BPM's favor. You know, Pulse is doing work, picking the demo, Mouse, with that nice headshot on the Overseer, and Ginyu Force just can't answer them.
Yeah, really.
You know, Frank doesn't have a point yet this whole
wow.
round.
Well, I have
Max is doing a lot of work, but he's sort of just picking off a lot of the flank classes, Pyro, NG, Spy.
Yeah, well, we have the pause here. I'll show the scoreboard off. You can see Max and Duwatna are the only players in double figures for Ginyu right now. BPM, a lot of this is cap points, but they have gotten some big plays out of Sharpshoot and Kapow so far. Their medic actually being outscored by 3 players. We are unpaused here. Huey Lewis was the one who crashed. So whenever we get to the point where the pause happened, Huey Lewis will not be in position to make the defense. Kapow going to die here, but Cygnus gets a reflect kill on a Max. Frank West is dead as well. That was the dead ring. Actually, the HUD's going to be broken here. Never mind. HUD's going to be broken for a little bit here. There's nothing we can do about this. We can reload all we want. It won't be fixed. It's a Valve bug. Email Valve and tell them how awful it is that we have this. We're going to see the crit screen come out from Kozin. Yeah. He's up to 30%. We'll see what percent Overseer's at to see if they're going to be able to counter this.
It's going to be a tiny advantage, but it could be just enough.
Yeah, it should be just enough. It's going to be about a 5-second window when we get down to it. They just have to keep their players alive. Max is going to die here. We'll see where Mouse is now that he has no sniper to counter-snipe him. And everything is broken because of the pause, unfortunately. Everything looks really weird. Everyone's ice skating, but Mouse is going to peek into last here. Foster's going to go down, but so is Huey Lewis, the headshot. And Mouse is going to re-rotate now. HUD should be fixing itself in about 15 seconds.
Comes in.
It's coming in. Oh dear, the pop is going to come.
Just narrowly gets Uber.
Unfortunately, the HUD was broken, so I couldn't see the crits was ready. Damn it, Valve. But this does mean, now that Overseer has popped, Kozin regains that advantage. We see that Frank West wants to make the play. He's just going to die because there was nothing left he could do. Kapow is going to get that spawn. Overseer now up to 30%. Kozin on 30, himself having been building well.
Ginyu Force knows that BPM is running crits. I would expect Overseer to be a lot more prepared and be in a much better position to dodge that crits.
Yeah, we're going to have to see what kind of plays can come out here. Cygnus is going to die. That crits is at 65% right now, so it should be coming up shortly. Max is trying for some defensive sniping. Frank West wants to give some information to his team right now. They need to know where this crits is coming from so they can hide Overseer. He's actually looks like he wants to go for the medic play, but that heavy is turned around. Here it goes. Frank West can save the game, but no. The crits is going to be coming in right now. Pop the Pyro. Huey Lewis doing the air blast will save his medic for now. Kapow can't even get any stickies into the enemy team. Overseer's going to pop as soon as she gets it. They're going to try and re-push here with Duwatna. Frank West going to get the stab on a Kozin. Finally, the 4th time he's gone for it and the 1st time he's got it. Duwatna not even moving out. Boink goes in for the suicide. Cannot get it. And it feels like...
I'm sort of questioning this decision to go crits by BPM, especially after they did a fairly inefficient job of building it.
Yeah, I think it would have gone a lot better if they hadn't gone through that lower left area. It's just such a tiny choke point. We see Pulse going to go in, going to shoot Max in the back of the head, but too late. Kapow died to the headshot there. Oh, man. Max on fire tonight. Seriously having an amazing game. And we actually see that Bronze...
Cygnus walking in here, getting some nice cap time. I've noticed that Ginyu Force doesn't really watch the cart a whole lot. You know, like Cygnus should be dead right now.
Yeah, wow, he finally dies, but that got moved so far forward. Foster's gonna run and take a ton of damage here.
Taken out, yeah.
Here goes Pulse, gets the sap off. Is gonna come out. Boink comes in for the spam onto that chip. She takes it down. Yeah, that's a play that a lot of Highlander teams don't make use of very often, the sap and the spam. And right now, Mouse and Pulse are dead. That gun is going to go up very soon, but it should be a few seconds at least before it's level 3. And that Uber is now up. It is Kapow's time to shine, but he is out of position. We see Frank West going in for the backstab. Oh, he's in position, not quite for the stab yet. He's going to have to uncloak here, but that heavy should see him as soon as he goes. But he's going to... Oh! Kozin goes down! Franklin West makes the stab 2 in a row now. And yeah, he's made 2 of those now. Wow, very big stab from him. Dill's going to go for more. Where the hell is Dill? He is behind. Dill is all the way behind. He's going to try and spawn camp Kozin. But he gets spotted out by the scout and take it down. There was a good read there to send their scout back. And we see the forces come out. Boink went in, got the force off. So that's very good for BPM. They keep their medic alive. They get Overseer's Uber to pop. Wow.
Dill. Spawn camping.
How the fuck did Dill get to last? I guess so, dude. Abe is notorious for getting those insane teleporters that go behind. Dill. Alrighty. Well, he's back on last now. That Uber's going to be in advantage for BPM right now. They just lost their demo, but he will spawn in time. Frank not going to get the miracle third stab. He will die here to the heavy. But Pulse is actually moving to last right now, trying to find the angle. There seems like there's a lot of room to move, but there really isn't. Everything's just tight corridors. Pulse gets lit up, unfortunately for him.
Lights him up.
Now he's going to try and get some face stab glory, but it's not going to happen. The Uber is still behind for Ginyu Force, but BPM have lost enough players that BPM might want to rethink this push here. They just now got to spawn, but I think they have to go. They need to. Spy is going to go in. Frank West just behind. The Uber's going to be popped so early. Are they even going to get anything out of this? The gun's going to get... Oh my god. Max takes down the heavy there, and Kapow once again not focusing the gun. I feel like this is a huge mistake on BPM's part to not even get that gun. We do see the Uber style swipe is going to come out, though.
He gets an Uber style, and he gets out with, so he's going to have about 30% advantage. See if that's enough to push on.
Yeah, it should be, especially with time starting to tick down here. They'll want to make big use of their advantages. We see Pulse. Oh, he's in between. Oh, he got... That looked like it could have been miraculous. Yeah. Gonna see Max now rotate, wants to get some heals before he gets back in a sniping position. Mouse is not anywhere near going for a play here, and Frank West is just watching and waiting. He has gotten 2 big med picks in this round. Gets bumped a little bit by the heavy there, but is so far unspotted. Frank is playing a very dangerous game, sitting this close in proximity to the heavy, but he doesn't care. He's not scared. And I think he really wants to stab on a Kozin right now, but we'll have to come back to him later.
I've seen BPM get a little too eager when they're trying to push in. I've noticed Pulse and Boink going in, you know, when Kozin's at about 90%. You know, it's really not the time you want to be going in for plays.
Yeah, and Overseer has her Uber. Didn't Kozin have an Uber saw and a full advantage?
Yeah, but he got domed.
Oh yeah, okay, I didn't see that. Too much to watch in Highlander to notice everything. Unfortunate for BPM that they lost their medic there. I was very confused. I'm also very tired, so my apologies for missing that little bit of action. We're going to see that Kapow is up into the top area now. With that Uber ready, is going to go here. It's popped off. They need to focus the gun at some point. He can't even find it. He wants the Force so badly, but the gun is far more important. The Force is going to come regardless. We see that Foster and Frank West are going to die here, but they have lost their demo, have BPM. Sharpshooter's in such good position, though. He's going to come down. He's raining bullets down upon the Pyro, and the demo man, Duwatna, is so weak, taken down. Oh, but it doesn't matter. There's 4 up for BPM. Frank West, or rather, Pulse is on to Overseer here. Pulse trying to come back in. Needs 1 revolver shot. Can't get it. Oh, man. Overseer dies there.
Barely gets it.
And that will be huge. That will be a 10-second Uber advantage in favor of BPM right now. But what will they do with this? They could go with Kritzkrieg. They don't even seem to care about the sentry gun, so it might be a play we see. I'll check Kozin right now. He is on the Kritzkrieg, so that's exactly what they're going to do instead of trying to take this gun down. And it really is the gun that has been destroying them all night. They're going to stick with trying to go for the medic, trying to get the picks before the gun, and we'll see if it can happen. There's 2 minutes 45 left.
They did a good job of spamming out and killing the gun without an Uber. I think it was kind of sort of a mistake from Kapow trying to focus a level 1 Wrangler when he should have been doing damage to other players.
Yeah. There's been some interesting focus fire going on here. We see that Signature's trying to peek main. BPM still just building. They have their Kritzkrieg ready. Kapow's going to take this through main. It looks like it is up. They need to spot out that medic quickly. Crit's going to be popped. Oh, Overseer down instantly. Duwatna as well is getting pinched off here. Took a ton of damage. We see that Kozin goes down to the stab from Frank West. He's still in fighting. Taken down finally. Picks are in, actually even right now. Max gets the headshot off trying to get onto this heavy. We just gotta see Pulse.
Right now.
Pulse running over the dead ringer.
Put up a last defense gun.
Oh god, Boink is in aggressive, gets a triple kill, I do believe there. Doing a ton of work. Overseer gonna get spawn camped in.
High ground, and this card is still way. Ginyu Force is gonna have plenty of time to respawn as this card's so far away.
Yeah, but their medic did get spawn camped there, and now Sharpshoot is in. They are risking Kozin here, but Sharpshoot has the low ground. Kapow taking the high, getting some good spam off onto Dill. Sharpshoot is backstabbing in the end. Sheep is down. Frank West is down. Kapow is very low. They're trying to spam down Dill. He's taken out here finally. Max gets headshot by Mouse. Mouse peeks onto the demo man, misses the shot, but they have focused them, focused so hard they have pushed them back. Kapow is very low.
Get this demo man kill, maybe.
Overseer is running and managed to stay alive.
Finished him off with the needle.
Very clutch here right now.
70% Kritzkrieg.
And here we see Frank West actually going to die. That heavy is taking up a very aggressive hold. Kapow is not spawned. Going to take this teleporter. That crit should be coming out very soon here. It is up. Overseer nowhere near. Looks like they're going to take this to the upper right now. They want to switch the angle. Want to give him a different look. Scout is up here. Foster has spotted it. They know it's coming. What can Ginyu do in defense? They want to clear some room with their heavy. The spam is coming up. Duwatna doing a good job to keep them back. They're trying to rotate. They're wasting so much time. But Max and Duwatna go down. The sniper and the spy making the big plays. Pulse is still in on last. Cygnus is moving in as well. That crit is going to come out now. Oh, everyone's bunched up, but Kapow can't hit anything. The sticky's going to go. Dill is taken out by the sticky and the sniper. They have switched it over to sharpshoot. The crits is out. Overseer at 70%. There are so many dead for Ginyu Force. It's 6v3 right now. Overseer not quite to that. Uber at 85%, trying to juke and weave. Is taken out by the heavy, and the cap is going to go by BBM. 13 minutes, 38 seconds is their time, and that is awful, but they have to feel very good about themselves actually getting the last cap in the end there.
Ooh, yeah, it was pretty crazy pushing there. You know, that crit streak ended up doing a lot of work because it seemed like Ginyu was so afraid of that crit streak that they sort of just kept backing up, really paranoid. Where's it going to come from? You know, after they rotated over to main, they took a bunch of spam. And, you know, Duwatna and other people who were trying to desperately hold the choke sort of just gotten taken for free.
Yeah, and honestly, what really made that happen is the 2 early picks there by Mouse and Pulse. Gave them some nice angles to move through. When you're down 2 players holding a last point, it means there's a lot of places that are going to be opened up because you really have your combo sitting in one central place and a few other people roaming around to keep eyes on. And it still was very close. Ginyu Force nearly defended that. So this is the 13:38 time. Ginyu Force have to feel pretty solid that this is what they have to beat. They're going to be feeling good about themselves, I think, going on in this offense. We'll have to see what starts it off. See if Sheep's on that Beggar's Bazooka again. He's actually going to switch to it at the last second. So we'll get to see if this play that has been haunting people on Barn Bliss is going to happen. Sheep has his rockets loaded up. He's moving in right now. He knows where that medic is. He's trying to get in, but he's getting denied so hard here. And I wanted this to work out so badly, so much.
I don't think he's very used to using it. It seems a little...
Here he goes. He's going in for the bomb.
Jumps in. Yeah, gets denied by that sentry and everything else shooting at him.
Yeah, it's a very risky play. If you know it's coming, you can deny it very easily, but the second you get in, it's disastrous. Pulse is going to pop his dead ringer here, but gets caught out. We're going to look for Frank West right now, see if he's going to make an offensive stab. Did manage to take down the spy there, or pop his dead ringer at the least. We're waiting for that Uber to come out. It does.
Doing a ton of damage, forcing that Uber out. Ooh. This Frank West comes in for the cleanup on the sentry gun.
And Sheep is in good high ground position here. BPM are going to have to back it up. They have lost a lot of players. Duwatna hasn't had that, or Overseer rather, hasn't had that Uber pop. Duwatna's taking a ton of damage by the Scout here. Looks like Ginyu are going to get a free push into second point here with a full Uber advantage. I do not think Quartz is actually set up right now. He's got a level 1 going. Duwatna's moving in, going to get free spam on that heavy onto that Scout as well. They're going to take this through the low ground. Sheep bombing up. Duwatna's going to use that jump as an opportunity to get some spam off. He's climbing. That gun is denying him. Cygnus runs in for the just dying to save his team from getting Ubered on here. Scout's going to get caught out. Bronze dancing in that hallway, taken out finally by the Stickies. We'll see that the Uber is at 90% right now for BPM. They could effectively counter Uber back onto this Dill's taking a ton of damage.
Exactly what they want to do is they pop in here on second. Huey doing great pushback work, but Duwatna is going to get taken down by Sharpshot.
Yeah, and that means...
They didn't really gain a whole lot of ground with that, so Ginyu Force is going to cap this point right here.
Unless Mouse has something to say about it, and he does. He hit that headshot. Cygnus is in on the point right now. Will get domed by the ambassador, Frank West. 2 more picks going to come. Frank West and Huey Lewis down. Max has that good angle, though. He's working it from the... Oh, man, gets headshot by Mouse. The cap is going to go from Ginyu. BPM got some nice picks, but they just could not defend the card at the same time. And so much happening right now. We see that the Uber advantage is in favor of the attacking team. Ginyu Force here have about 20%. That sentry gun, the words escaping me very briefly for some reason, is pretty far back. Is that the rescue ranger being used here? The Uber's going to come out from Duwatna onto the gun, gets it down instantly. Mouse is dead as well to the bomb. Counter Uber going to come from Sharpshoot right now. He is moving in. The Pyro is there to deny this, though Sheep is in behind. Kapow getting great spam off on the enemy combo. We see that Abe Lincoln running in, hitting the meat shots. Takes down the enemy medic. Sheep's going to go in for some plays as well, doing a ton there. Max is up as well. Bomb comes in for Boink, but it will not matter. The shot's going to go off onto the NG and the Heavy. It's nearly a full wipe here for BPM. 3 players alive. Ginyu already moving to last.
Not a place you want to be wiping is Ginyu Force is gonna have complete spawn camp here.
Yeah, and this is
Cozen's out. He's trying to Uber saw Frank West here. Is Ginyu Force just gonna set up camp here?
That is a very easy point to actually spawn camp on. You see Sheep, Dill, and Duwatna all in good position. Demo's gonna go down. Sheep die though. Oh! Kozen dies to the drop down of Dill. No heals for this defense. It might not even matter. Duwatna hits some great spam pipes into the back there, taking on the heavy and the soldier. That's a full white pulse and mouse. Excuse me, the only one's alive. And what was a very long attack time for BPM turns out not to even matter because Ginyu Force just rolled straight through them.
Yeah, BPM making the terrible, but you know, mistakes like that happen where you know you think that your Uber on defense is a little better than it is, and you kind of want to stay in, you know, not concede a point you don't feel like you have to, but they came in and just destroyed them after those Ubers faded.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the easiest map I can think of to get spawn camped on. There's really just that one door that you have to shove all your players in front of, and you can't make it out. So this is now what looked like a very good game coming in has proven to be so. It's 1-1 in rounds right now. This is the deciding round for this map. This has been very intense. We've been playing now for a solid hour. We're going to get at least 20 more minutes out of it. Teams are going to swap sides once again. So this means we're going to see Ginyu on offense. And after that last offense they had to be very happy about that. They rolled through them. I wish I could have seen the time, but I wasn't paying attention to it when it capped. But it was insanely quick.
Yeah,
did you happen to catch it?
About 4 or 5 minutes, I think.
Yeah, very, very, very fast for this map. About 3 minutes under what the average seems to be. Ginyu really got it together. I forgot to put the scores up. I'll put them up now. We see Foster and Huey Lewis are in spec. But you can see pretty well that Max, once again, dominated Dill at the top of the scoreboard. Abe Lincoln, Duwatna, the players who needed to play well, did it. And over on BPM's...
Frank West definitely stepping up huge in that last round.
And over on BPM's side, you'll see Bronze, Sharpshot had good games, Cygnus playing well, but Mouse, Pulse didn't have quite the games that Max and Frank did. Boink was shut down pretty effectively for most of that, I noticed. So pretty much every player who was on the top of the scoreboard in round 1 swapped down to the bottom. Everyone who was at the bottom swapped up to the top. Pretty much a completed version of round 1.
Yeah, you know, I sort of predicted that the over-eagerness, the aggression from BPM would hurt them, and you know, it really did on that last defense they had on third point, where they really, you know, they should have backed up and they sort of stayed in too long, and it cost them a last, which, you know, maybe it would have been tough to defend for, I don't know, maybe probably 6-7 minutes, but you know,
yeah. So
they might have been able to do it, and it sort of forewent that.
BPM faltered where Ginyu faltered in round 1. They could not push last for the life of them. It gave them a nearly 14-minute time. They will have to sit here and think, what can we do to attack last better? Where do we have to go? I honestly think one thing they need to do is they need to get the sentry down. It has hurt them so many times after the fight ends. Either that or they need to get the forces off out of Overseer quicker, because they're focusing all their efforts on getting Overseer to pop, and it's just not happening early. They are not getting enough damage on her or her heavy classes. It's not working. They have to change something about that focus priority, whether it means more people shooting Overseer or more people shooting the gun. One of those two things has to happen, I think.
I think with as much as Overseer likes to sort of milk Ubers, I think there's a lot of play for getting some key picks early before she comes out with her Uber.
And it looks like we're going to go live here.
Dropping the great game so far.
Yeah, Huey's been...
sportsmanship between these two teams.
Yeah. So we'll see BPM on the fence, see what they set up with here. Suicide's coming. Going to be the gun up on the hill. Quartz is still moving his way through the map, though, at spawn right now. Is this going to be a teleporter exit or entrance at his spawn? We're going to see... I'm pretty sure that's the Rescue Ranger, isn't it? Putting that weird little gun that Quartz has.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see if that can come into play here for the defense. We will get the chance to see if Sheep's going to go 0 for 3 with the Beggar's Bazooka. We're going to see really just what kind of defense BPM can put up. Really need a strong defense here. Ginyu looked so good in that last offense. They have to change something about it.
Yeah, I really feel like the way to push this first point, you know, when they have their gun set up, they're waiting for those suicides. But I feel like if you, it really leaves their sort of right flank, you know, up inside this building, you know, really open to people to sort of run up and get in behind them.
Looks like we might see a suicide play coming out from Ginyu Force right now. Sheep changed his loadout, is going to move out onto the side here. Max is going to get the early headshot, or the body shot rather, onto Mouse. Here goes Sheep jumping, but it looks like they're just going to take the passive push here. We see Frank West has died, and shout out to Maxis in chat who did get his name entered into Frank West's vocabulary right now. Duwatna is getting some good spam from that low ground onto the gun and the combo, but is going to have to back it off and reload. No Uber coming out from either side. Will BPM even contest this very hard? Will they just be willing to give this up, keep their solid second defense? It did hurt them last time that they had nobody up to defend the loft area. Looking for Frank West, looking for Pulse right now. Pulse is trying to move through that middle area. Frank, meanwhile, getting extinguished by Cygnus. Max looking for the snipes down the loft. But we're going to see this Uber should be coming out soon here. Duwatna took the high ground briefly. Wow.
Just really needs to be concerned with popping Overseer's Uber before they just completely concede this first point.
Yeah, they have done nothing. Here comes the bomb for Boink. He gets the force off Boink. Great play. Makes it in over top of the heavy, but Kozin had a counter. He had to counter Uber, and I did not see why, but that is not the trade they wanted. Ginyu are able to get very aggressive with no Uber pushes here, especially with Cygnus down, no Pyro. Dill got the kill there. Means Duwatna can have some free reign, get in, get some spam off. Max is going to set up in a nice little angle as well. Hits the body shot onto the enemy demoman Kapow. And we'll see how aggressive Duwatna chooses to get with this. He is going to try and move in. They want that sniper out of the picture first, though. So we'll see what's going to happen here. Duwatna sticking up defensively is going to peek around and throw some rollers up top. But that gun is getting wrangled. The soldier coming up. Jump into the other loft area. I thought he was going to go for a nice little play, but no aggression getting him out here. We see Frank West getting blocked in by the dispenser, the classic spy play. He will spot out Pulse right now, who is moving. No aggression coming out from Sheep. We're just going to look for Max to make some transition headshots here. But Max is going to get spotted out by the scout and taken down. Duwatna's looking for anything to shoot here. Neither Uber has actually come up. It feels like it's been so long. Pulse really wants to get in and make some kind of play. Frank West going for the kill onto Boink is well behind the enemy team right now. Is spotted out by Pulse though. Takes a ton of damage. He's not going to die quite yet. The magic of invisibility, but this Uber's going to have to come out soon here from Ginyu. They're wasting a lot of time.
Pick, you know,
oh man.
Too, as and the gun. Amazing.
Yeah, they had no pressure on that corner. Duwatna walked around and freely spammed that, but they're wasting a lot of time. Duwatna's Uber's actually going to pop off here. Kozin is dropped to the low ground. Kozin is trying to milk this. Running away is very low here. Should have to pop eventually. He doesn't even have it. He actually popped sooner than that, and I didn't even notice. Oh, the air shot by Sheep!
Pipes.
Wow, Duwatna hitting some nice pipes as well, but I flashed over to the sheet cam to see him destroy Boink in the skybox of that loft there. And now with no medic and a lot of key players down, Ginyu want to get aggressive here. They know that Mouse is stuck up in this upper area, but Dill is knocking down with that. He gets taken out by Sharpshot. Will Sharpshot even try and move over this aggressively? He will not. Pulse is in behind right now. Oh, he wants this medic. He's going to have to uncloak on the hill, though, and it's not the safest of spots to be uncloaking at. But there's nowhere else he can go right now. Huey is there as well. Huey knows the spy time is near. What can Pulse do? He's going in for the medic. Gets the backstab on a Sheep instead. Just took what he could get. That's a smart move by him, and he's still trying to juke and make his way to the medic. But he will get taken out by Huey Lewis. Overseer's not going to die that easily. This Uber's nearly up now. Cygnus just ran in through the flank area there.
Really gutsy play. Probably should have died there.
Yeah, they didn't have any focus fire going on to him. He only got down to 90. There are stickies at the top of this stairwell. If Duwatna wants to go, he's going to have to deal with a pyro. Cygnus runs in early and dies. The Uber didn't even come out. Oh, he thought he could make the play, but that's not smart.
Really hurt as on top of Overseer already having a big Uber advantage. And here comes the push.
Oh, man, Duwatna gets dropped with the Uber. And Dill's so low. He's trying to focus down this sentry. There's so many things to show. They're just going to have to run away. Spy is actually in their way, body blocking just a bit. Uber's now going to come up for really BPM. That's just bad. I mean, Cygnus made a bit of a mistake and then didn't get punished for it because Duwatna got dropped by the big aggressive bomb out of Boink. And now that Uber is up in full for BPM. They will lose their pyro once again. But they have their good defense set up right now. We're going to see that gun is up on the high ground right now. Quartz has that rescue ranger, is ready to pull it down to BB.
Going down again.
What did he even die to? Did he get aggressive into a trap?
Sure.
Yeah, Stickies took him down. We see Pulse is trying to breach right now. Might just go for some shots on a Max here. Does run out and hit the 3 revolver, the kill onto him with some assists from Bronze. We'll have to look for a mouse right now that there is no counter sniper, see if he's going to find anything, but he is well back. Just not much he can do at the moment. That Uber is about to come up again for Ginyu. Will they actually get in with their demoman right now? Right now, just Duwatna biding his time.
Duwatna want to get real aggressive up on this main choke area, and they'll pays for it by going down.
Yeah, we see, I'm still just waiting for the Uber to come. Actually, Kozen just died to Sheep, who made it in all the way somehow. Did not catch it on camera, but that's a big drop to come. The sentry's going to die. Duwatna has nothing to really shoot at, though. Good just dispersal here from the enemy team. Sharpshoot's going to go and get a double kill. In fact, Overseer's going to get taken out by Bronze, who is going for the cleanup onto Duwatna as well. Sticky's going to come out from Kapow and take him down, so Sheep's effort was worth for naught. Kozen is back up, and Sheep is back into the fight, but instantly taken out by the Sticky Trap here.
Yeah, once again, Kapow really becoming the bane of Ginyu Force's pushes in the last. You know, every time he stays up, he picks up 4 or 5 kills.
Yeah, and I really just can't believe that we just saw an Uber dropped on Barnblitz last, and the hold still come. Maybe not the greatest, most balanced of points, which is what people generally say
really
about it.
Unfortunately, like, if you notice, the spawn times are strangely long for a team on offense as well. You know, and it's far away. You know, you have to take a teleporter. It's tough push to last.
Yeah, and
it's tough last to push.
And Duwatna's down right now, so push really can't come out from Ginyu, especially because they don't have an Uber. They are getting some picks here. Max is gonna die. Cygnus is in aggressively. Oh man, did make some plays happen there, but Dill will clean him up. We saw a lot of players die for Ginyu, so their Uber's still quite far away. Sheep goes in for an aggressive play, but is going to die. Foster gets cleaned up in the upper area here by Boink, who is now running back to his medic. Spawns are coming out for Ginyu Force. Duwatna is there in position. This Uber's close, very close, about 4 seconds away. Stickies are in this area that Ginyu have been trying to push through so far, though, and Max just died, so no sniping on this push. We'll see where Duwatna goes with it.
Duwatna kind of up in the choke alone. I've noticed that a lot of times. You know, he kind of just peeks a lot of choke points sort of by himself.
Yeah, and it looks like they're trying to take the high ground here, maybe. They're going to move through that area. Duwatna is rotating back. Ginyu just unsure of what to do, it seems like, at the moment. They're trying to figure it out. In the past, they've tried to take that top right room. They've tried to push through this left area. Are we going to see a flank push here with the Uber not even coming out? Duwatna's trying to get spam off. Sheep's going to die. I think he just wanted to get in suicide. Did not happen. Cygnus getting aggressive on the point. He's running his favored reserve shooter right now. Max dead again, and Max, who really has been the playmaker tonight, just not able to stay alive right now, not getting the protection he needs. We see Pulse trying to sneak out of his base right now. The name I haven't said in a while is Frank West, and I won't be saying it now because he's all the way back. Damn it. Trying to find something to watch. Oh, Paul's going to uncloak right as Dill whirls around and eats him alive with his minigun.
They've got 2 picks. They really need to be going. They've had Uber for quite some time without really doing anything with it. See if they want to come up in this top left area.
Yeah, Duwatna's going to get some spam out here, but he does not damage the medic because Kozen popped instantly, not going to get the gun. And actually, it looks like Overseer's going to get air blasted in here. Oh god, I hit my console key. I'm stupid as hell. Damn it, Cygnus was doing some great air blasting to keep Overseer in position there. Boink is on the enemy demoman, but has to drop away. Does manage to turn around. Duwatna dies to that sentry gun. Kozen has stayed alive. Cheap goes in to make a play on it. Oh dear, the spy is in. Overseer can't get the Ubersaw swipe. Is at 40%, but it is so low. Has to run away from this fight. Pulse is still alive with that Dead Ringer action, and he's just going to sap this teleporter and say, hey Abe, screw you, buddy.
Yeah, what really killed that push there was Duwatna and Overseer kind of went in for a solo Uber, and Cygnus is right there, and you know, Duwatna just couldn't do anything by himself against the Pyro.
Yeah, it's really hard for a demoman to kill a Pyro in close quarters, and yes, it was a clutch console play from me, Rocket Cannon. See, Duwatna's actually going to catch out Boink here. Boink is getting juggled so hard, so that is a soldier down. Does open up some room, but that Uber's still not up for Ginyu Force. They had to back it off. Sheep is fighting the scout from the high ground right now. Man, really, Ginyu are going to get a chance to push this with a number advantage, but Huey Lewis just died. That's a big pick, honestly. The Pyro is very important in pushing just to disrupt everything, to keep his team safe. Duwatna's going to be popped.
Cygnus is doing a great job reflecting pretty much everything.
And
Ginyu has very bad positioning here. Duwatna might go down.
Duwatna's going to stay alive. Smart play from Cygnus to not over pursue. They are using their Pyro very well right now, or BPM. They're using it to try and deny, and then they want to keep Overseer in afterwards. They've been going for that several times, to air blast Overseer back into the fight so that Boink is someone come in for the kills. But Duwatna's getting aggressive right now. The no Uber push into main. Frank West is in position right now. Is going to get spotted out by this engineer. Pulse is dead, so no stabs coming from him. But look at all this cart time that Ginyu are getting. Cygnus is going to have to rush to the cart. Takes down the soldier with the help of that sentry gun. Huey Lewis is in good position, getting damage on the gun, but it's not going to die. Cygnus dies to the sticky trap of Duwatna and the scout. Bronze trying to get some pressure on. Boink is going to try and rotate right now. I think he sees an angle he wants to take. I think he wants to go through here, but he's just going to play it very defensively. BPM can't really afford more deaths, especially with Max in position now, getting that shot onto Mouse. Bronze is dancing around, shooting away at Max to keep him from getting a clean shot off.
There we go. They've got their picks. They've got their Uber. They should be moving immediately, but I can feel they might be a little tentative to sort of push in here.
Yeah, they pop in through the main right now. Haven't gotten the force, haven't gotten damage on the gun. Gun isn't even taken out. I think I just saw a rescue ranger, baby. And look at Cygnus once again air blasting them in. He's onto the medic. Medic is taking so much damage. Dead. Oh dear. Overseer down. Duwatna as well. Cygnus making the big plays when it really matters. And we haven't gotten much opportunity to see the pyro cam tonight, but here is a huge one. Kapow doing some great damage as well. But look at this offensive sentry. Abe Lincoln had managed to set up, but it is taken down. Abe has to run away. That could have been very bad for BPM if Abe had stayed alive. But now this means a big Uber advantage for Kozin. Oh man, Abe Lincoln going to die to the spy. Cygnus runs in. They get a pick on a Dill as well, and that's probably pretty decent. Without Dill, Ginyu can't really afford to push in here. You desperately need your heavy to open up some space for your demoman, so that Cygnus' spawn should work out pretty well. Max going to headshot Mouse and move in looking for more. There is no real defense setup, so Max is going to try and peek in, but Bronze with the 2-shot taken down. Frank West is in position, and I've seen Frank make a few crazy stabs from this basic spot right here. Oh, but he gets spotted out by Cygnus, and he will go down.
Force really only has 2 minutes left to sort of make a push in here and cap this last point. The cart's still kind of far away. If they don't cap this last, it's going to be very, very hard to stop BPM.
Yeah, they have 80%, about 6 seconds till they have this up, and they need to have better pushes than they have so far. This time is not looking pretty right now. They don't have a lot of opportunity left. Oh, Max gets headshot instantly. We saw that happen last round, and it worked out very well for Ginyu. Max went down, and they won the round afterwards. The nice trick stab attempt by Pulse. He is going to dead ring and come back in later. Duwatna's moving through the main right now. He wants to know where this gun is and where this combo is. He's getting spotted out by the sniper, though, and he can't really do much as I errantly throw a bottle cap across my table. Sheep and Frank West are dead. So that means 2 down for Ginyu right now, but they have to move. They're going to get a pick onto the
looks
Bronze
like they're going to push
Scout.
down this alleyway flank direction here. See if it brings them any more luck.
Oh, they get the force off instantly. Are going to take this gun down as well. Dill is dead, though, and Cygnus is doing some work. He manages to kill Max with the afterburn. Kozin gets caught out a little bit, but the spy Pulse is on to Duwatna, takes him down. Frank West trying to run in.
Stayed in there when no one else from Ginyu Force was in. Bit of a miscommunication.
Yeah, Frank West is in, has popped off his cloak. Is going to try and make a play here. 45 seconds left. It's enough time for an Uber to come, but is it enough time for Ginyu to even do anything with it? Frank is trying to get onto this weird little bookcase here, going for some crazy plays. We'll see if it can make anything happen. Just runs into the face of the soldier. Spy is probably the most precarious class to play in Highlander. So many things can go wrong. Uber not quite up yet. Huey Lewis is dead for 12 seconds of the 25 left in the round. Duwatna's going to have to get healed up and go. The heals are very bad. They do get 2 picks. Cygnus and Bronze are dead. Duwatna's going to have to do a ton of damage on this push. We're down to 18 seconds left for this cap to go. Duwatna trying to spot this out. Doesn't have any heals. Takes the backstab by Pulse. He is in, doing more work as well, getting some great stabs, some distraction. 10 seconds left. They need to get on the cart. The Uber's going to be popped up top on a Dill.
It's even possible to push this cart all the way in.
I think it would go into overtime, though. Dill is in. They need to get the cart moving. Dill is locked up onto this cart. Sharpshooter's on him as well. Spam coming out from Kapow right now. He is moving onto the cart. Duwatna is trying to make it in. Has to jump to the cart right now. One of the only 2 people alive. But Tim and Sheepman, it's not going to matter. The cap is not going to go. We see 3 points of the possible 4 taken by BPM. And that means that they have to beat the time of 3 minutes 11 seconds or just cap every point to win this. Oh my god.
Whew. Yeah, not only does Ginyu Force need to defend 3 points for 3 minutes, but and then they've got to defend last the whole way through.
This is a really crazy match. I honestly,
just to clarify, if Ginyu Force defends for the 3 minutes and 11 seconds on 3 points, if they get past that and they defend the rest of last, then they will be the winners.
Yes. So this is it. This is the final moment of this match. 1 round left to decide who the winner is. Ginyu Force looking to defend their undefeated record right now, and BPM looking to overtake Ginyu Force for the #1 seed. We'll see what happens. Overseer playing close to that sentry. Abe is going to relocate it just a slight little bit here. Move it back to that hill. We'll see what Boink and Kapow can come up with. It will see the aggression, or if we'll just see like kind of a slow push like they've been doing. So we'll see what happens. Kapow's moving out that front door, and I'm going to flash over to Max because he's been making big plays at the start of the round every time. He's looking over towards that Pyro, misses the shot. Spam is coming out here from Duwatna, looking for the Pyro again, hits the body shot, but it's not really going to do a whole lot. Kapow has heals on him, is trying to move up this hill right now. They're going to breach the hill instantly. Big Spam coming out. Overseer's forced to pop early. Gun taking a lot of damage, is taken down. Sheep is going to make the kill onto Boink in the meantime, and with that Uber popped, this should mean that everyone backs up for Ginyu pretty fast. Sheep and Frank West are down. Card is being pushed. Bronze is so low, though, has no life. But we're actually seeing a commit to the defense here from Dill and Duwatna. That gun is going back up from Abe. Abe Lincoln trying to make the gun level 3 very quickly here. If they can reset on CP1 right now, it would be amazing for Ginyu Force to want into the tunnel.
It's all bad. Ginyu Force has already lost the house where the point resides.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to get pressured out real quick.
Boink going in for the big bomb here is going to be denied in the end, but Dill did die there to those crit shotguns, the Girardi play. I hear the spy stab trying to go off from Frank West. He's onto the medic here, gets cleaned up. Didn't get the stab, took Kozin down to about half life. And that means that right now, no heavy, no spy for Ginyu Force. Quartz is pushing the cart. Mouse is trying to peek and find a sniper angle. Kapow is moving through the main. That Uber is now up. I think Kapow wants to get aggressive with this. They know there is no heavy, and they can spread the damage around very effectively. Level 2 gun is going to die instantly. Overseer wants to back off with her Uber. Duwatna's caught out in that stairwell. Overseer's alone, has to pop by herself. Duwatna is going to make it down to the ground, but oh, Max with the body shot onto Kozin takes him down. Ginyu making a nice counter push here. We see Boink going up above onto the heavy. Dill takes him down. Frank West is moving into position, and Pulse taking that teleporter, trying to get back into the fight.
Ooh, but Duwatna gets taken down by the sneaky play from Sharpshot, who was hiding an elbow. And yeah, they're going to completely give up this second point.
Very Dill-esque play there. Lots of caps. I'm going to go. Sharpshot gets taken on by Frank West, but that shouldn't halt them too much. We see that Sheep right now is in behind and above. What kind of play is he going to make happen here? Onto the medic, onto the Pyro. Mini is denying him so hard, and Boink comes in for the counter kill onto the Soldier. Uber advantage is in slight favor for Ginyu Force, but they have an aggressive sentry gun up. So much cart time is being earned here. Ginyu cannot give up this last. They're going to have to work on third first, though. Quartz is going in, making huge damage out. But Max, oh my dear lord! Max with a close-range headshot on the NG from the weirdest angle I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Solid from the
comes in for the last second to help out with some much-needed spam.
Max
should be able to hold this pretty well.
Max is getting great damage off, great kills. Frank West is in a position to make a clutch stab here, though, but he gets spotted out, uncloaks in the corner. Goes for the headshot, hits a ton of damage on to the enemy medic. Meanwhile, Sheep's going to get taken down by the stab of Pulse, and with full Uber, this is time for Kapow to be moving with this. The only person dead on BPM right now is Pulse. Uber's going to be popped. Kapow's going to jump in aggressively here. They're going to get that gun early. Kapow went behind. Now he's taking the high ground. Duwatna getting his own little bit of aggression here. Will take down the demo man in the end. Kapow is his name. I'm stupid. I forgot all about words. Durr. Stuff's happening.
Dill was just already waiting up inside the house, waiting to drop down. So it looks like Ginyu Force is going to hold for that 3 minutes, 11 seconds. Now they just got to pray they can hold last for 8 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah, they have 8 minutes, 40 seconds to hold this. They do not have an Uber. Overseer has just spawned. Kozin is on full, or on 50 right now. My words. Wake up, DJC. That was me slapping myself in the face. I'm ready. Let's do this. Last 9 minutes and 40 seconds of this map, or maybe less if BPM can capitalize on this Uber advantage. There are 50% Sheep goes in for the bomb. Can't get it. Goes into the half. Frank is moving into position, though. Frank is behind. Going for the backstab. Gets air blasted away. The Uber's going to be popped off Kapow. Yeah, Kapow moving on his gun. It's only level 2. Going to be taken out very quickly here. Medic is trapped out, eating a ton of damage. Look at the juke. Overseer 3 are dead right now. Overseer Foster and Duwatna is down. The Heavy's eating a ton of damage. The Pyro play coming in from Huey Lewis. Where the hell is he in my camera? Here comes Sheep out of that fresh spawn. Going to be jumping in, but there are only 3 alive. It's Sheep, Max, and Abe Lincoln. Sheep's going to take down the gun. There are 4 alive. Sharpshoot the Heavy with the fully stacked overheal. They're pushing the cart very well here. Spy has spawned. Max is peeking peeking out of a spawn here. Hits the body shot on the heavy, but is forced to back off. It's just Frank and Max. They are all dead. The spawns have come up. Dill is going to get that overheal and start moving out here. He's going to drop onto the cart, onto the soldier. The air shot's going to come. The 3 rockets, the 4. He is dead. Duwatna's alive, though. Duwatna's doing so much damage right now. Gets the double kill, the triple. In fact, oh my god, they have held this for now. They are alive. 4 players, 4v4. Oh, he's on the point. Oh my god, what a cap! Cygnus runs in behind the enemy team. They ignore the cart, and BPM have taken this 2-1. Holy shit.
Oh, wow. Cygnus came up from the upper loft balcony and just blows Sheep off the cart to thrust it in. Wow.
Damn. Oh, Christ almighty.
And I have lost a very wagerly bet against Firefly for getting that prediction wrong. BPM taking it to Ginyu Forest 2-1.
Yeah, and wow. We do have an interview coming. I did get BPM to agree to an interview, so I'm going to talk to them right now. What the hell happened, man?
Ooh, that third defense really just came down. It's the same thing that BPM did on the second point. You know, Ginyu Force just stayed in a bit too long. I'm not sure I really agree with Dill sort of sitting over in the house waiting to drop in. You know, he was sitting on about 270. Not really the health you want to have as a heavy, you know, trying to defend a point. And they kind of just overcommitted. You know, ESEA went down late in the fight. Kozen came away with a big advantage. You know, even though he got forced pretty early, you know, Kapow came in with the huge damage, and you know, it was just too much for Ginyu Force to hold there.
And we are having the people from BPM flood in right now. We have Boink and Kapow here. I'll try and get my overlay working, but it's very finicky and bad, so we'll see if it happens.
Yeah, I do want to say one last thing about Barn Blitz, which seems to be sort of an interesting note. You know, BPM played defense first time both rounds.
Yeah. So welcome Cygnus, Boink, and Kapow of Lotus Clan / BPM. You guys just won. You beat the undefeated team, the team that a lot of people were predicting to be like very juggernauty and kind of roll over Highlander. You proved that that's not going to happen. So, what the fuck, Cygnus? That last cap.
Do what I can.
So you pretty much just snuck in behind, and an ad's gonna come up on my browser. Good lord. You came up behind, you air blasted Sheep away, you got onto the cart, and nobody was able to turn around and get onto you. That was really intense, man. You kind of just flooded everybody in. I don't care about language, you. That was crazy.
Yeah, you really made me proud, Cygnus.
Thank you. I knew that because I was just respawning and I asked like, can we do this, guys? Because I saw a bunch of kills, you know, they were killing like basically everybody that we had in, but
yeah, they were so
Braun
distracted
said,
by those dudes at
yeah,
main.
exactly. There were still a couple people in, and Braun said yeah, but I knew I couldn't just come in through main, so I went through the locker room and I knew I could drop down on the card if I came in from there.
And for those still in chat, I just linked the logs from this match. So you can check out the numbers for yourself. I really want to know, after that second round where you guys got a very, very bad time, it seemed like you needed to work on your last push a lot. What did you change going from that round 2 into that round 3 that made you, you honestly just kind of rolled over Ginyu Force in that last... It looked ugly, you kind of just threw players at him, but it worked. Like
we were able to keep our momentum going. If you saw, we were winning first point really well, and we got a lot of pigs out in the yard. So we were able to push the inside of second really easily, and we just kept our momentum going throughout the whole time.
Yeah, I saw you guys experimenting a lot with Kritzkrieg. It didn't really seem to work out so well for you, but you guys were trying to... Kapow admitting his faults. You guys were trying to take advantage of some Uber advantages you had. You had some crits advantages, you just couldn't find anywhere to attack from. Did you guys... What ended up being your deciding factor in saying, we're going to try Kritzkrieg into a payload map that is notorious for being impossible to push last? You can feel that. Anyone?
Think Kritzkrieg's like a really all or nothing push. Like you see a lot of teams use it on like G-Pit. I guess this is where my Sixes experience comes in, where G-Pit comes into play. Where you crits from into G-Pit, you make them pop, and then you try to back out and keep advantage, and like that last is really hard to push unless you have an advantage in either a lot of picks or Uber advantage. So like it helps being able to get that with your crit streak, but we weren't able to do that. So
We
that's
did it
successfully.
once. We did it once. I remember you got a crit sticky and you got the med with the first sticky, but that was like the
Yeah.
only time it
That
worked.
was like the one sticky I hit.
Yeah.
So one other thing I wanted to ask you guys about. Normally when you see teams Ubering into a payload map, they'll take the demo, they'll shoot the gun, they'll get the gun down, and then they'll flood in from there. You guys did not do that. You did a more Sixes style thing. You would Uber in, you would focus down the combat classes, you would try to get that force out above anything else. You would make sure to damage the demo and the heavy especially. Was that a conscious choice, or was that just how Kapow's playstyle is? I want Kapow to answer this one. People in the chat are begging for him to talk.
Okay, I went after the sentry, but I had no idea that you could... Okay, there's this gun that the Enchi was using that heals his gun or something. Essentially, I had never
Yeah, the
seen
rescue
that.
ranger.
Oh.
And so I'm like hitting it with the Wrangler, and then I see these little particles come off the sentry, and I'm just like, what is that? And so I just keep hitting the sentry, and it doesn't die. And then eventually I just gave up and started trying to kill other people.
That's fair enough, really. I'm just pouring over the numbers here, trying to see if there's anything particularly interesting we can talk about. Both Duwatna and Kapow had huge games. Max went absolutely insane. How hard is it to play a payload map with such nice sightlines against a sniper who was on fire? And Max really was. He was crushing people.
It was tough, especially for a close range class like Pyro. I was getting pooped on by Max.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was.
he put us in a lot of bad situations where we had to pop early, or we would lose a lot of numbers when we didn't want to. Like, you played really well.
Yeah, he did. Pretty even all across the board. Not too many big differences between the players. Like, everyone was very even. Sheep and Boink were close. Duwatna and Kapow. Only two really big differences were on the sniper and the spy, but you guys kind of swapped that because Pulse outplayed Frank West. Really, I don't have too much more for you. If there's any interesting questions,
I have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
You guys feel like I noticed you guys played defense first on both the rounds you won. Do you feel like that played into an advantage?
If I can just say one thing, I think part of like the round where we played, where we lost really badly, when we just totally just got steamrolled, in like 4 minutes or whatever they did. We were trying something a little bit different, trying something a little bit more aggressive on first, and so we got forced really early, and Ginyu didn't get forced until like they were coming into second, and they kept an insane amount of momentum. So after that we were like, no, we're not doing that type of hold on first anymore. So we were able to kind of stuff their momentum a little bit better.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Just looking at the questions from the chat right now. Tej Ye asks, did you think you were going to do so well against Ginyu going into the game? What was your expectation for the game? BPM.
I thought it was going to be really close either way. We had some really good scrims throughout the whole week. So I knew coming in that it was either going to be really close or we were going to win. And we weren't going to just let them roll us because we were playing really well.
Yeah, and we see some of your teammates getting in on the action. Puff wants to know how her baby's made. I'm pretty sure Puff knows very well. GBB, Golden Brown Bear, ask them who was better on Barn Blitz as medic for them, GBB or Kozen. Considering Kozen's 3 drops, I'm going to take a guess it was GBB carrying that weight. What was your reaction when you got that that technical back cap, Cygnus?
I think I yelled louder than anybody.
He yelled
That was
very
very loud. Fuck! I said fuck yes. Very loudly.
I yelled really loud too, and I also said the F word, because it was pretty intense. But nothing. Oh, here's a good question actually. This is something you guys have started working on with the Lotus Clan thing. Getting some publicity, some sponsorship. Where can I find more info out about BPM?
I mean, we have a group page.
You have streams.
We stream. Yeah, I stream every scrim pretty much that we do every weekend. We scrim Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Yeah.
Twitch
Boink has a
TV
stream.
/ForceBoink. I'm his public relations manager. YouTube.com/user/ForceBoink.
Bron
Yeah.
wants to start streaming too, so
Yeah.
that'll be coming up soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend, Cygnus, wants to know if you woke up Thor when you yelled.
I don't know. He's in the next room, but it's possible the door is open. So
That's good.
he's got big ears and he's got a cone on his head, so that's probably amplifying it.
Thor is Cygnus's dog. He's a corgi. You can check him out on his stream. Caustic Chaos. So what's with this Lotus Clan? Elaborate why and how you got the sponsorship. This is a question that a couple people were asking. I'll give you a chance to say a little bit about it, and I think that'll be a good thing to end our night on if you want to answer that.
Oh, okay. Basically, Team Fortress 2, like competitive TF2 has a lot of players, but we can't always get that many viewers. Like I mean, we do what we can, like putting the match a little bit later today, but a lot of the time, a lot of the people that are playing are people that can't be watching because they're playing. So we wanted to bring in new faces into watching competitive TF2 and maybe in the future getting into it. So I wanted to get, reach as wide of an audience as we could. So I approached leaders from several different large server communities, and we went with Lotus. And I mean, they got tons of servers, and hopefully we're going to arrange some sort of exposure. It's a little bit sloppily done this week, but we're gonna be better in the weeks to come, and hopefully it'll just be, if even, like somebody said on the forums, like if even 1% of Lotus's players decide to see our promo image and go, oh, I'm gonna check that out, then it's positive. Like it can't hurt us in any way, and
Yeah.
it can only do good things for us.
Yeah, we had pretty solid views on the stream tonight, so I would say the extra exposure helps. Apparently there is a Lotus Clan admin in the stream right now named Join Senses, who says, unfortunately, Lotus Clan isn't currently an official competitive community, but several people do it on the side. So yeah, you can see that we're trying to reach out. Cygnus and BPM are trying to reach out to the pub community, get them involved in the competitive scene as best they can. We'll give you guys, we'll start with Boink. Any shout-outs before we go? Because this is the last little run we're going to do
Shout
here.
out to my stream, twitch.tv/forcepoint, and shout out to Steve C Games, home of the honest gamers.
All right, Cygnus, who do you want to shout out?
Definitely my own stream, Signasty. And my girlfriend is a wonderful person who helped me out. She made the promo image that I'm sure many of you have seen.
Yeah, that was great.
Captain Shelly.
Yeah. So, Kapow, who are your shout-outs for tonight?
Shout out to Drogo Stream, that never gets any viewers.
I didn't even know Drogo streamed.
Drogo
Yeah, I didn't either.
Check him out.
And BPM. Shout out to BPM, by the way.
Yeah.
Shout out to Steve C
Everybody on
Games.
the team.
So I think that's it for us tonight. You want to say anything before we leave, Puddin' Cup?
Just like, if you are new to competitive TF2, TFTV, definitely the place to be. If you want to get into Highlander, go check out UGC.com. Not sure what the exact URL, but I'm sure someone like it.
UGCleague.com. Pudding Cup.
I don't know my own website.
It's
I've heard
fine.
of that website many times.
I have, but yeah, that'll be it for us tonight. I've been DGC. I've had Pudding Cup as my co-caster for the entire night. Thank you to BPM's, Boink, Cygnus, and Kapow, aka Little B, for coming in to give us a little bit of an interview. Thank you for tuning with us, and make sure you guys check us out on Team Fortress TV in the near future, as we will be bringing you more Highlander casts, more 6v6 casts, and more continuing coverage of the competitive TF2 scene. Thank you guys, and good night.